After staying outside NAIA for 4 days now, Belinda can't help but cry. After 2 cancellations, her flight to Davao remains uncertain. Going back to her boarding house in Parañaque is not an option as she was kicked out for failing to pay rent.
Landed. First time po talaga namin dito sa buhay, ma'am, na natutulog. Panawagan namin, ma'am, na makasakay kami na C-130 or barko na lang kahit anong basta makauwi lang kami.
Lisa, an OFW who has been staying in Metro Manila for months, also wants to go back to Maguindanao. Problem, she has no money left to purchase a plane ticket. Lisa is just hoping that she will get help from the government.
Mahirap talaga, ma'am, kasi sa totoo lang, ma'am, wala akong pera, ma'am. Oh, mga kasama ko, binibigyan nila ako.
Meanwhile, the Philippine Army Wellness Center in Taguig City assessed locally stranded individuals taking shelter in the center. The facility can only accommodate 500 individuals, and they're almost full. They're already housing more than 400 LSIs. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana admits that they cannot accommodate all LSIs who want to take refuge in Villamor Air Base and the Philippine Army Wellness Center.
Ang problema po rito ay wala tayong makuhang sasakyan kasi nga wala namang ahensya na sasagot ng mga pamasahe nito. Ang pinagtitiyagaan po natin ay yung ating Air Force planes at saka yung mga barko ng Philippine Navy. So pakiusap lang po, huwag kayong magpunta doon kung wala kayong siguradong masakyan.
Lorenzana said over 40,000 LSIs are in Metro Manila. Most of them have plane tickets, but flights continue to be canceled. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, VR1 News.
With classes set to resume in August, the Education Department is noting a decline in private school enrollees. But according to Education Secretary Leonor Briones, that's because some private universities and colleges have yet to start the enrollment period as their school year will start in September. The DepEd also is warning against the purchase of unaccredited learning materials being sold online, as some of these do not go through curriculum review.
Importante yung content kasi hindi natin na-review, hindi natin makikita kung tugma yan. Dahil yung ating mga learning materials, mga teachers tumutulong sa paggawa ng mga modules na ito. Actually, galing sa kanila itong mga modules na ginagamit natin.
Malacanang says it respects the Supreme Court's decision to dismiss the co-warrant petition filed by the Solicitor General against ABSCBN. Palace spokesman Harry Roque says they leave it to the Solgen's Jose Calida to decide on his next legal steps. As for the network's franchise renewal, Roque is leaving it all up to Congress. Lawmakers are set to resume hearings on ABS-CBN's franchise bid on June 29. Meanwhile, the co-warrant of petition against ABS-CBN Convergence, a subsidiary of the network, is still pending before the Supreme Court. Let's look into some of the world's big stories. Global COVID-19 cases have reached the 9 million mark. That's according to data from the Johns Hopkins University. The data also shows that more than 470,000 people worldwide have died of the disease. The United States has suffered the most from the pandemic. 2.3 million COVID-19 cases in America, a death toll of more than 120,000. South Korea, meanwhile, is on its second wave of COVID-19 infections. Health authorities say the new rise in cases were driven by small but persistent outbreaks stemming from a holiday held last month. South Korea has recorded more than 12,000 cases and at least 280 deaths from the virus. U.S. President Donald Trump is extending the suspension of work-based visas through 2020. This move will free up to 500,000 jobs for Americans amid the economic downturn. However, major tech companies like Amazon and Google were quick to speak out against the restrictions, saying it is short-sighted and it is preventing them from hiring more high-skilled professionals. In sports, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, or NCAA, is looking to have a shorter season next year as a safety precaution due to COVID-19. Season 96 will feature 4 events: basketball, volleyball, track and field, and swimming. But more non-contact events may be added, like badminton, table tennis, online chess, and esports. The NCAA is planning to open its new season on March 2021. Meanwhile, the season 95 cut short this year. The Collegiate League has decided that there will be no overall champion. Life under the COVID-19 pandemic has forced new community circles and safety bubbles for everyone. In Canada, yoga enthusiasts are taking that quite literally. In Toronto, yogis made poses in their separate domes to lessen the risk of infection. Each dome stands more than 7 feet tall with a built-in heating regulation system to recreate a yoga studio's atmosphere. All 50 yoga bubbles were also regularly cleaned and disinfected after use. The event marks the International Day of Yoga. That was last Sunday, but the domes will be open for use until July 31. And that wraps up today's big story. Catch us again tomorrow, 8 p.m., Signal Channels 8 and 250. Please like our Facebook page, One News. For more in-depth analysis, visit our webpage, onenews.ph. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at signalplay.com and stream One News anytime, anywhere. I'm Robbie Alampay, and we are One News. Good evening.